Hello again, and welcome to this series on writing for ESOL Level 1. In this video, I want to talk about the layout of a formal letter on the page. There are some conventions that are still popular if you are writing or sending a printed letter on paper. So, we're going to look at a typical example now to decide what should go where. Let's look at this sample letter of complaint. In terms of content, it's actually much too short a piece of writing for level 1. But actually what we want to think about is just the shape of it. So look first at the position of the addresses. You have a personal address on the top right of the page, but over on the left and slightly lower down is a furniture shop address. Now, if you scan quickly the content of the letter, you will see it is a complaint about furniture. So for this reason, you might guess that the top right address belongs to the person writing the letter, and the other one on the left-hand side is who they are sending it to. And this is absolutely correct. So that's the general rule. Put your own personal address top right of the paper. And of course, you can and probably should add below your address your phone number or email if you wish. Note that in this example, the date is also clearly written underneath. Now, you will find that this differs. Sometimes you will see a letter with the personal address and date on the left-hand side and the other address, the person you're sending it to, underneath. Now, this is the subject of debate recently, certainly between my colleagues at work, because we do agree that styles are changing, and this is partly due to the increased use of email. So I decided to look at a popular UK website for job seekers. The name of it is Indeed, and it's quite well known in the UK. And I found that their advice is still the same as mine. Put your address top right-hand corner and whoever you are writing to on the left. They even have a name for this style. They call it modified block format. Here's a little comment from them and a link to their page. Now, I've not actually heard of that term before, but I do agree that most letters in the UK still come in this style. Therefore, for now, follow the rule of putting your own address top right and the address of who you are writing to on the left. And if you can remember, slightly lower down looks good. Incidentally, this website also has a really nice page offering examples of different formal letters if you're interested. Hopefully, there's a link coming. Now, moving on from addresses. If you have any kind of additional reference number, for example, a returns or delivery problem, put this underneath here. And you will often also see this kind of reference on medical or healthcare appointment letters. Below this, leave a line space, and then you will need to put your formal greeting, of course, which will be either dear sir or madam or dear, and the name of who you are writing to. Now, we've looked at the type of language needed in a separate video called Writing Formal Letters for ESOL Level 1. Do check it out if you haven't already. After that, you will need to remember that you are now writing in paragraphs. So, as already advised, remember your plan and make sure that you show you are writing in paragraphs. Now again, there is different advice about how to show this. First, and most important, when you end the final sentence of a previous paragraph, you know that you're going to drop down to the next line. Many people prefer to indicate this by actually leaving an entire line blank between the two paragraphs, like this. And finally, to further indicate a paragraph start, you could indent your first line. Indent. This is when you use a finger space, only one, possibly two, at the beginning of the left-hand side, like this, before you write the first word. Now this is a nice refinement, I think. Some people like to see it, some people don't worry too much about it now. If you like this idea, or more importantly, if your teacher likes this idea, then you should try to do it too. Just make sure that you show your paragraphs clearly. At the end of the letter, when you have finished writing your main points, write your sentence, "I look forward to hearing from you," on a separate line. Below that, with a line space, you will need your farewell, either yours sincerely or yours faithfully, occasionally now, kind regards, whichever one matches with who you are writing to. And then finally, you should put your signature. And if your signature is a scribbly mess like mine, you could also write your full name in clear writing underneath your actual signature. That looks good, and it also makes sure that whoever you're writing to can actually read your name clearly. You never know when that could be useful. Incidentally, different cultures may have different conventions about whether to sign on the left or the right. The UK convention is to start writing always from the left and to sign on the left as well at the end of the letter. All right, so this was a practice about how your letter should look on a page. I have now covered everything I wanted to discuss for ESOL Level 1 writing standards. If there's something you think is missing and you'd like to see more, please do like, subscribe, and give me some ideas in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and good luck with your writing. Oh, and by the way, keep practicing, because you won't make any improvement if you don't pick up that pen. Give it a go. Bye for now.